Hi, this is Levon, and I'm going to be concluding our series, God's Plan of Salvation Written in the Heavens. But before I do so, I would like to do a little recap on what we've covered so far. Now, God, in the very genesis of time, He created the heavens to be for His praise and for His glory. Psalm chapter 19. He also wrote the plan of redemption in the stars. And in Genesis chapter 1, verse 14, it says that the great lights in the firmament of the heavens were to be for wonders, signs, and seasons. In order to rob Christ of his glory, Satan, operating through pagan wicked men, distorted and perverted the original meaning and intent of the heavens by engaging them in the wicked practice of astrology. And this series was done to hopefully restore what was blurred and perverted by mankind. So in closing, let's look back at these ancient star picture and what God was trying to convey through them so long ago. In the Virgin, we see the promised seed of the woman, and that is God becoming man. In Galatians chapter 4, verse 4, it reads, "But when the fullness of the time was come, God sent forth his Son, born of a woman, made under the law, to redeem them that were under the law, that we might receive the adoption of sons." In Libra, we see God tipping the scales in our favor. The price that was deficient was now paid or covered through the cross of Calvary. And we also see that the sacrifice and the sufferings of Christ on the cross was immediately followed by a glorious crown, that is corona. And we can look at Hebrews chapter 2, verse 9, where it reads as follows. "But we see Jesus, who was made a little lower than the angels for the suffering death, crowned with glory and honor, that he by the grace of God should taste death for every man." In Scorpio, we see Christ regaining dominion over the planet by treading on the very head and heart of the scorpion or snake, that is Satan. And in Hebrews chapter 2, verse 14, it reads as follows. "For as much then as the children are partakers of flesh and blood, himself likewise took part of the same, that through death he might destroy him that had the power of death, that is the devil." In Sagittarius the Archer, we see Christ receiving the praise of all ages, having vanquished and destroyed all of God's enemies. In Capricornus or the Fish go, we see Jesus bring the final atoning sacrifice, thereby bringing forth new life to the redeemed in Christ. In Aquarius the Man, we see the Son of Man pouring forth his Spirit upon the redeemed. In Pisces or the Fish, we see Christ freeing the redeemed by breaking the chains of sin and death. In Aries the Ram, we see the substitute sacrifice and the risen Lamb slain before the foundation of the world. And towards the bull, we see the righteous judge and the Prince of Glory. In Gemini, we see the redeemed at rest as God and the Lamb dwell in our midst. And it says in Revelation chapter 21, verse 3, it reads as follows. Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them, and be their God. In Cancer, we see the great shepherd caring for his flock. And lastly, in Leo, we see the consummation of all Bible prophecy as Jesus Christ, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, is crowned King of kings and Lord of lords. And it reads in Revelation chapter 19, verse 16, And he hath on his vesture, that is robe, and on his thigh a name written, King of kings and Lord of lords. Even so, grace and peace. And thanks for following this great series. God bless you. Hi guys, this is Levon, and although we've just completed one great series, and that's God's plan of salvation written in the heavens, we're going to be beginning a new series of teachings. A lot of people say the hell is here on earth, or hell is a figment of your imagination. Well, we're going to be doing a series entitled Hell, Fact or Fiction. Stay tuned.